What's going on, everybody? It's your man Tony. Once again, I'm back with another episode of Conquer Your Kitchen. It must be Monday because you're here with another episode, and I'm going to show you a nice summertime dessert that is going to please your entire family. It is a mixed berry crunch, and it is going to have fresh berries and a nice sweet, crunchy, hard crumble on top, and it's just going to give you everything that you need. Pair it up with some nice vanilla ice cream or whatever kind of ice cream you want, and you've got a nice summertime dessert that you can serve to your friends and family after a barbecue or a luncheon or however you want to do it. But how you want to do it is up to you. Let's get into the ingredients and get rolling. Alright, I just have some all-purpose flour, granulated sugar. I have some pecans that I've chopped up and gotten to like a powdery state because I like pecans. Now, if you have a problem with nuts or you don't like the taste or you want to use a different nut, feel free. It's fine. All I did was chop them up in my little, chop them. I chopped them up in my little food chopper. You can use a food processor. You can use, if you have like a Ninja or a smoothie maker, anything like that. Just go ahead and chop them up until they're a nice powdery kind of a, that kind of consistency. All right, so we'll just let that go for right now. We have 1 egg yolk. We have some granulated sugar for the berries, and then we're going to use a little bit of juice from the lemon and some cornstarch. Now, the cornstarch is there to either thicken it up or loosen it up. It depends on how you want yours, okay? I want mine to be kind of the consistency of like a fruit pie, so I have about a tablespoon, okay? If you want it thicker, use more. If you want it thinner, use less. This is really up to you and how you want your crumble to be, okay? So we have our berries here, and we're just going to get this stuff moved aside and start working on those. And so while we're doing that, butter. The butter is for the crumble. You can't do this without the butter. Don't even try. I know you're saying, oh, there's a lot of sugar, there's a lot of butter. You should know me by now. Okay, we're a few episodes into this journey. I don't do low fat. I just don't. I don't have anything against it. Honestly, I just haven't learned how to cook like that yet. So use the butter. It's a stick of butter for the amount of ingredients that we talked about. Now, the berries. We have 2 cups of blueberries and 2 cups of, I can't talk today, 2 cups of strawberries, blueberry strawberries, and this is the dish that I'm going to be making them in. Okay, so what I did, I just put the amount of berries in this dish until it got to about 3/4 full. Then I knew that was how much I wanted to do. So for this particular dish, it ended up being about 2 cups of berries per berry. Oh my goodness. So these are, I saved these and pulled them aside because I wanted to show you a couple of different ways to get the tops off of your strawberries. Yeah, let me stop. Before I continue, I want to say I'm actually dedicating this episode to my Auntie Kim. We actually lost her yesterday, and the reason, sorry guys, the reason that I'm doing this for her is because she used to watch me when I was like 4 years old, and my mom was finishing college, and it was her and my grandmother that used to watch me, and she was the first person that I can remember letting me help her in the kitchen. Now, my mother may have done that, but I just don't remember back that far. But my aunt, I was there every day, and she would help me cook. And my grandmother was mean. Man, my grandmother she was one of those old school black grandmothers who, if you come in her kitchen, she's kicking you out of the kitchen. So I would always try to go and see what she was doing, and she was just like, get out of my kitchen. So then my aunt would take me under her wing, and she would not only show me what she was doing, but she would make me food that my grandmother didn't want me to have. So I know a little bit off the subject of food, but I just wanted to say that Auntie, I'm going to miss you, and I love you, and I'm sorry you never got to see me here doing this, but a lot of this is for you, so thank you. Thank you. She was a great woman. Okay, so back to this. you can take your knife, hold it like this, put it right in at an angle, and just turn. And that'll come right out. Okay? I see so many people take the strawberry and go in at this point and they lop it off. And you lose, you know, almost half the strawberry. Don't do that. Then the other way is to go in at this point here and then do it kind of like a circle. And you end up with that little nub there. Gone. Okay? Let me get my trash. That's what I have it here for. All right. And then the other way is 2 cuts. Go in one angle there, turn it around, one angle there. You get a V cut, pops right out. But the point is that you save most of your strawberry by doing it that way. Don't just go in lopping off the top, okay? Come on, guys. Save the strawberries. All right, so we're just going to get these chopped up, and they're bite-sized pieces. I don't want them to be too big, because if you do it like this, here, move that aside so you guys can see. If I do it like this, then that's going to be the size that you're trying to eat. So, you know, want to get them as small as you can, but not, you know, tiny, tiny. All right, so we're just going to get these in here and get on with the rest of the recipe. Okay, so we have all of our strawberries and blueberries cut up, sitting there real nice. We got a little bit of leaf, get that out of there. They're just nice. See, as you can see, red and blue can get along just fine. See, this is why it's mixed. It's mixed berries. They're mixed. Otherwise, it would just be strawberry or blueberry. It's mixed berry. Oh my God. Let's move on. All right, and then we just get our sugar in here. It seems like a lot of sugar, but it's really not. It's really not. It's going to get in and it starts to create a little bit of a juice. Okay, when the sugar comes in contact with the acids from the fruit, then it starts a process called maceration. Maceration, okay? It's a real word. Don't look at me like that. It's an actual word, and it means to soften. And forget it. It's gonna make juice, okay? It's gonna make juice. Take your cornstarch and get it in, and this is being stubborn because it's very humid today. All right, so let's get that in, and if you want to test your culinary skills, you can do the flip. And if you can do that and catch everything or drop some on the counter, stupid berry made me look bad. Anyway, just get these all mixed up, and then, come on, Tony. Get these all mixed up, and then we're going to get it set aside and start working on the crumble. As you see, like I told you, it's starting to form its juice. The maceration is taking place. All right, let's move on. All right. Okay, let's get this stuff out of the way. And then we just have our flour, our sugar. Let's dump in our pecans and get that dry mixed up. You want to get the dry mixed up. And yes, I'm using my hands. I'm going to get this started with my hands and then finish it off with a whisk so we can get it kind of broken up. All right. But I'm doing this so that I can feel if there's any lumps going on in there that I just want to get rid of. So we'll get that in there, and then take our butter that has been softened and our egg yolk. Now, this is where it's going to get a little messy, so I'm going to go ahead and work on this, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm coming back a little early because I wanted to show you guys how much of a mess this can create, okay? But don't be afraid of it. It's okay. It's really, really okay. You're not doing anything here that a little bit of soap and water won't clean up. And if you can't get it all off, just grab your spatula and start, you know, getting it off. If you want to use some gloves, you can do that too. That's fine, no problem. You can actually do this entire thing in your food processor. It won't take as long. That's fine too. I just didn't feel like bringing mine out. So I'm just going to get my hands cleaned up here, and then I'm going to wash up and come back because I can't really finish this with all this stuff on my hands. But hey, use your hands. It's okay. All right, let me get cleaned up, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm good and cleaned up, and like I said, I was going to finish it with the whisk, and all I want to do here is just kind of break it up. This isn't absolutely necessary, but it just kind of helps get things a little bit broken up. Now, the one thing I'm noticing here, and keep this in mind when you're doing it, I don't know when you're doing it or what area you're in, but right now where I am at, it is extremely humid tonight, so that's why I have more of a paste than it's more wet than it is dry. That is not a problem at all, okay? Not a problem. So it's just going to make it a little messier when you go to handle it. That's okay though. So what I like to do is just put a little bit in the bottom of my dish, okay? You don't have to like make it into a crust. You can if you want. I mean, again, this is your dessert, your kitchen. You can do whatever you want to do. You know, we are the masters of our own kitchens. Right? So, but I like to just kind of spread it around. I'm covering most of the bottom, but honestly, if I tried to go in and try to press it out, it's too sticky. If I want to do that, I would have to add some more flour to it, and you don't have time for that. And personally, I don't want to do it. So we just have that there, and we're going to take our berry mixture that has gotten nice and thick and just pour it right in. Oh, and I can smell them already. They are delightful. Now see, this has that nice, you know, when you see things, you're looking on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and you see those different desserts that have a red, white, and blue theme, you know, for Independence Day. This would fit right into that vein, okay? So you have the red and the blue. Yeah, see? He jumped out of the bowl. Oh, I ate him. So we have our fruit in, and as you see, it fills pretty much right up to the top. I don't want it to go too far up. You know, if it reaches the edge, what's going to happen is when it starts to bake and boil, it's going to boil over. In the oven, you don't want that. You start boiling over sugar. For me personally, burnt sugar, unless I'm making caramel sauce, is the absolute worst smell that can come out of the kitchen. I cannot stand burned sugar smell. So this part just takes a little bit of time to get it all covered. So I'm going to get it all covered up and then come back and show you what it looks like before we pop it in the oven. Alright, so as you see, I've got it now pretty much covered, and I want to leave some spaces in there, and I've used just about all of my mixture, so this is pretty a good size recipe as far as the ingredients for this size dish. But you can spread it out thinner, you know, if you want to put it on thicker, you just have to use more. I think you understand that whole concept. But I want to leave, I don't want to cover it completely up, because when it goes to plate, you want to see some of those berries peeking through, okay? Even in that section, that might be a little too much. So I'll take that out and take that out right there. As like I said, you want to see some of your fruit peeking through, okay? So this is all ready to go into a 375 degree oven, and we're going to let that bake for about 45 minutes. So when that's done baking, you're going to look for a nice golden brown on your crumble, and around the edges. Look at that little leaf, trying to sneak into the oven. So, and around the edges, you'll notice that it starts to bubble up. And you also want to look for some bubbles in the middle, because if you get them on the edge, it still may not be completely done in the middle. And if it doesn't heat completely, the cornstarch isn't going to bind up to thicken it. So then what's going to happen is going to be really thick on the outside and still runny on the inside. So look for little peaks of bubbles. 45 minutes, 375. Let me get this in the oven, and then we'll come back and start eating. Okay guys, we're back. This has baked for about 50 minutes. I had it on 45. I put it back in for another 5 minutes just to get a little bit more crust or get the crust a little harder. It's because that's the way I like it. So, but yeah, this is all done. And if you notice here, right around the top, that's where it was actually bubbling out. Okay, so it was coming up and bubbling out, and yes, it let me know that it was ready. Okay, so your dessert's gonna talk to you. I've told you before, these dishes will talk to you. You just have to learn how to listen. And speaking of listening, I want to give you the test here. So let me get down here so you can hear that. Get my hair out of the way. You hear that? That's letting you know that it's a nice crust that's formed on top of there. And some people talk, oh, your hair's in the way. My kitchen, I'm the one eating it. If I get a hair in it, it's me. No big deal. When I work, my hair goes back, but I didn't feel like pulling it back. You ladies know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get some of this scooped up. We'll get in here. Got a nice big spoon, and you see that steam coming up off of there. Oh yeah, baby, that's what's up. I actually let this sit for about, it's been cooling for about, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Okay, so now let's get that out of the way. And then you can't do this dish without ice cream. I have some nice vanilla bean ice cream that I'm going to put on here. And the coolness of the ice cream with the warmth from the berries, the crunch from the crumble. Yeah, this is gonna be where it's at. So, oh, shut up! Nobody's talking to you. You're done. All right. No, you know what? I don't need the fork. I'm gonna use the spoon. Let's just break in here and see what we have. So start with a little bit of the ice cream and go in and scoop up some of that crumble, the berries. Come on now. This is so good. You are not going to regret when you make this. Yes. This is exactly what I wanted to accomplish. It's sweet, it's tart, it's crunchy, it's rich, the butter, the sugar. I mean, come on. What else is there? What else is there in life besides butter and sugar? Well, there's a lot of things, but right now for this particular purpose, butter and sugar rules the day. All right? So go in your kitchens, get a little bit dirty, refer back to the video if you have to for any other tips, but this one comes together easy. I'm telling you, it comes together easy. I'm not throwing things at you guys that I don't think that you can do. I have confidence that you can do it, and when you do, put it in the comments and let me know how it turned out, okay? Subscribe if you haven't already. Right around here somewhere you'll see the subscribe button. Click the bell so that you are notified every time that I upload a new video. I come to you every Monday to help you learn how to conquer your kitchen. So thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you stopping by. I love you. Peace out. God bless you. Bye-bye.